Because women are all about security. You feel me? They want to be protected. So even in war, they give them an option once they behead the men in the village. You rolling or not? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Just so what happened to him?
Huh? Yeah, like what you want to do? You rolling or not? And they like, fuck it, I'm off. I'm gone. Obama season. We gonna have some hybrids. It's okay. Drake is popping. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, I could live with that. I could live with a seed like that. So here it is, they shooting niggas down, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They going in, they just throwing niggas away. But then they like, nah, y'all lie, y'all could come sit with us, Amarosa. Hidden figures. That's what the movie showed them. We gonna treat you like dogs, bitch. We're not even gonna talk to you. You're not even gonna be able to eat with us and drink with us. But you're going to be right there in a room full of all of our rednecks. You know what I'm saying? All of these white supremacists, white extremists and whatnot. And you do your job and you be humble. You know what I mean? And when any one of us asks you for something, you give it to us. And then the white woman is going to treat you like a subordinate. Like how they down talk to our women now. On some patting them on the head shit. Like on some Martha. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry. On some Hillary Clinton type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like... You know, so there's no winning outside of us splitting as a people.
Artists have been able to achieve this, but the ones that have, we've seen a demise. I'm on 100%, 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple.
There's no, in a race, it doesn't make sense. You can't run with anybody else but your race when they making this race about the race. Oh, nah, it's about status, son. It's about your tax bracket. You's a fucking liar, nigga. They put Dr. Dre in handcuffs, nigga. Like, it's not about that. You niggas just are safe. You able to hide and buy time as a trader.
Right.
You see what's taking place with your people. Okay. You see what's taking place with your people. And you are in places and positions where you could wake your people up to what's taking place. Because please believe, in the industry, they're having conversations just like this right now. In all cliques, there's a deep nigga. In all studios, there's a nigga who has an understanding of what's going on, who can articulate it at a level where niggas is like, well, shit, fuck that. I got 20 racks, nigga. I got 10. Or whatever. You just do something. Mm-hmm. That's what's going to have to happen. Because our sisters, it's goddesses out here at this point. They like, yo, they want to ride. Like, they want a king. I got many, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I only got 70 wives in the Benz. I can't take the rest. You know? So, they're like, yo, we ready to ride. We ready to build. We not going to save all of our people. Everybody's frequency is not going to change like that. But there's going to be a time in the future, you know, where something will occur where a lot of people will upgrade very quick. But for the people that's upgraded now, put in that work on this plane of existence where the laws of dualities and the laws of gender reign supreme as the Hermetic principles, right? That all secret societies and different organizations follow, even if they reinterpret it in their own language. The law of genders means that your polar opposite is the black woman. And in order to find what it is called the God particle, or to activate that God gene that you're talking about, you have to find that opposite. This part. Remember, I'm a twin, so I understand the concept of being split in two. You understand? The only time when you feel complete is when you're intercoursing and interlocked with the right one. You know that feeling that you get? That's called being complete, my nigga. That's the one. You understand? That's when the divine feminine and the divine masculine are able to conjoin through intercourse. We're not utilizing sex as sex magic, or we're not realizing the sacredness of the act. Even if it's rough, even if it's freaky, even if it doesn't matter. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to go, you know what I'm saying, call no red pill on a nigga. You do it how you do it. It's all about intention and purpose. That's the only thing that changes everything. You could run around catching bodies all day. What's your purpose? I'm doing it for the people. Well, goddamn it, good luck. Because I agree with your purpose. Yo, I got kids to feed, so I'm selling dope early morning to niggas' moms. What's your purpose? I gotta feed my kid. Well, how many bags you gotta sell, nigga? Because you been out here for 10 years saying the same fucking things. And God damn it, how much your kid gonna eat? That nigga 800 pounds? You know what I'm saying? That horse ain't moving fast enough. So, you know, everything is... So, you just got to keep that in mind. Like, our people, man, you know, our people are magical. You know what I'm saying? Our people might have had a tragical history, but who the fuck cares? We made rap songs about it. You niggas was dancing back then. You listen to 30 years of niggas talking about the hard knock life. You listen to 30, 40 years of niggas talking about niggas getting tied up, babies getting shot in the head and all of that stuff. So why we getting all sentimental now when niggas is like, oh man, we had it hard back in the days according to that Nat Turner movie shit. You know what I mean? What does the future hold for me? You know what I'm saying? I can't really see a future for myself. Shit hard out here. You know what I mean? All of that victimhood. You know what I mean? But there's phases to consciousness. So when we see that and when we hear that, we understand what that is because we all went through that. One of the pluses of being an elder statesman in this quote unquote conscious community is that I'm able to utilize, you know, what is known as point of reference. You know what I'm saying? Point of reference. Like, I can remember what I was doing in 06. I can remember how this shit was super turned in 06. Like, you think this shit turned now? I'm talking about Phil Valentine 8-hour lectures.
Yeah.
See, I don't think people know who Phil Valentine is because they might have only seen him with his small segments on the documentary and think that, oh, he's just one of them. No, I'm talking about that's the father of this modern day underground metaphysical movement. One of the fathers, of course, Bobby Hemmett being, you know, that other aspect of it. But Phil is a monster.
Right.
I'm talking about he said shit 8 years ago that's taking place to the T right now. You know what I'm saying? He was able to line shit up and he was able to open up a group of young people's eyes in like 05, 06. We the niggas in the lecture smelling like weed. You know what I'm saying? Hiding McDonald bags like, yo, all that. You know what I'm saying? Feeling uncomfortable coming up to him because, you know, we got just a little bit too much nigga in us. We don't want the nigga to fall out. Like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? You might be just building with him. Beloved, I just wanted to, I wanted you to conceptualize what the fuck is taking place in these streets. Like, you know what I mean? Just, my niggas, you don't know how to approach niggas and all of that. So we went through all of that. You know what I'm saying? But as we started to see a lot of the information was real, not fake news. Remember, we what's the white boy name? Before we got Valentine and them, we on motherfucking the white boys, the white conspiracy niggas.
Alex Jones.
David Icke. Alex Jones wasn't nowhere around. He was getting called the agent by William Cooper later on before they killed William Cooper. Yeah. Icke shit. Had niggas scared to death. All of the Illuminati books and all of that, niggas was shaking in their boots. But we had York, the York pamphlets. We came across, you know, there would be like documentaries here and there, but it was definitely those lectures, like when Valentine, because you had Farrakhan, you know what I mean? Yeah. Farrakhan was foundation, you know. Farrakhan was just, you know, Khaled, yeah, Khaled. They had Khaled, but yeah. He was before Khaled, man. Nah. Khaled and Bobby Hemmett and Phil is the same time. At the meeting of the masses, Khaled was trying to go in.
Yeah, Khaled.
Cause he wasn't with the occult. Remember,
Khaled.
What you see with Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, Delbert Blair and them, they come in as an insurgency and they disrupt some of the academia aspects of how they was giving up. They wasn't leaving the planet. You feel me? They was more Dr. Ben Clark academia based. Sertima, you know what I mean? Black Power through those lens and whatnot, but they were keeping it in that lane. It's like a Harlem lane. That was that Harlem, that's that culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then Brooklyn came. Remember energies. Always remember frequencies. You can't be who you're not. So I'm born in the Bronx. Son is from the Bronx. You born in the Bronx? So there's a different frequency. But I'm raised in Brooklyn, and then I woke and I got my hashtag woke in Harlem shit. You know what I mean? So there's just different energies in different places. So when that Brooklyn consciousness came, of course he was a disruptor. He talking about all kind of shit.
Killing me.
8 hours. Niggas walking out of there with helmets on, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And Khaled and them was, you know, going in. They wasn't feeling that at first. You know, you know what I mean? Other people wasn't feeling that, but the perseverance, and remember, you're judged by your student body or the fruits that you bear. You understand? So there's been conflicts in the community as a result of that, even up to these days. You understand? It's still. You know what I mean? So you still have different schools of knowledge and thought, which would qualify to be Ivy League schools. You know what I mean? Which would qualify to be Magneto, Professor X. Remember, Professor X and Magneto is Martin and Malcolm. They're taking your story, they're making you a hero and putting you in whiteface, and then they're usurping the power from you. Because now you're looking at the X-Men like they're the ones, like Logan and all of this crazy shit. But it's about you. They showed you that in Apocalypse when he came with the Ankh. And he was bodying shit. He was washing them niggas. Wait, niggas have religion? Niggas is schooling? Hold on. He was washing niggas.
First mutant.
Huh? He caught the black shorty. You a goddess. Cleaned her up. Yeah, he took her from goddess to goddess.
Like, yo, that's crazy.
First mutant.
He's like, yo, y'all flipping.
And where was he at?
All this shit out.
He was in the temples. He was comedic. He was blue. You know what I mean? That's my nigga from the comic book days. So it's our journey. It's our duty at this point to take the information, which I broke down earlier. We did a definition of technology. You know what I mean? I might go over it again. And it explained that our ideas and our concepts, our creativity, the shit that we think of, the bars that we create, the battles that we have, the motherfucking internet content, the videos that we do, all of this stuff is technology, right? It has to be applied like this is a renaissance, meaning that a renaissance, them niggas wasn't fighting against each other. They wasn't hating on each other. They weren't in each other's way. They knew that they had to flood the motherfucking stream because they knew what they was up against. So people began to activate and turn on. You know what I mean? Remember, Nina Simone, well, that's not really the renaissance time that I'm talking about, but she represented a renaissance in the 60s. When consciousness married the industry. She lived next door to Malcolm X. Who saw the Netflix special on Nina Simone? Now that's a must watch. That's a must watch. She was a beast. She went conscious in the middle of her pop career. So imagine if Nicki Minaj went straight conscious on niggas. All conscious bars afterward talking about these days and times, because remember, what we're going through is going to produce the best artists of our generation. I promise you. I promise you, this next 8 years is going to produce some of the best work that we've, not the best artists, maybe not, but it's going to produce some of the best works that we've ever seen in our generation. We was going through this when hip-hop was created. Nixon was on niggas' necks. Remember, Nixon is Trump. He's not mimicking Reagan all the way. He's going further back. He's mimicking Nixon, the whole attack on the press, the war on the blacks, the war on crime, being a law and order thing, all of the crookedness, him having corporate cronyism, because we don't live in a capitalistic society. We live more in a communistic Marxism, you know what I'm saying, a plutocracy, where the corporations, there's corporate cronyism. Corporations run this shit. and they do favors with the state. And that's called the deep state. There's a version of the secret government, or the deep state as they call it, this in bed with not only corporate interests like Exxon, like Google, like all of these things, where they're as powerful as states themselves. Them niggas, they got armies,
Right.
they got their own economy, they got their own ecosystem, little cities and shit. Like, these niggas got power. So that's what this exists in, where all of these people are all this upper class that own these. They have, what do they call that? Secret societies. It's like an Illuminati. It's like a lodge. But now it's just a board of, it's like a CFR and stuff like that. It's just a
Board
group.
of executives.
Type shit.
Yeah, the fraternal order. What you supposed to have?
Yep.
What you think? What the fuck? What do you think? Who do you think they got it from?
Exactly.
So how do we bridge the gap to where we need to be? You know what I mean? To where, like, what's the first steps that we could do in our own communities on our own to make that shit start to happen?
There's a whole bunch of things that you can start doing. One of the things that I suggest that you do as a collective, because remember, we belong to a collective of people who believe in collectivism. All right? And they also believe in groupthink, mob thinking rules.
Yeah.
So when you have people who are like-minded, that's your power source. You could be in it, but don't be of it. You're going to exist in other planes of dimension. You know what I'm saying? You might eat, and that's where you might go and get your food from. The block, the stage, the boardroom, you know what I mean? The factory, wherever the fuck you at. But you have to keep yourself inside of a society of like-minded people, and it will help you to be secret. Because you don't do things for everybody to know. It never happened like that. How many people that you know that's rich right now, that's safe, you know what I mean, is moving the way that they're supposed to move, put all of their information out for everybody to know.
Exactly. The internet perverted that shit, you feel me?
We running around busting our brain cells trying to decode people who belong to societies where they do their dirt behind closed doors. We wasting a lot of time trying to figure out their names, as if niggas is really gonna activate. None of them names showed up on the green light list in 30 years. I'm like, come on, fam. You feel me? You can't even pull a Tommy guns on niggas. Remember, that's a fucking that's a jewel. That's what they do. That's what the PMCs and that's what private military contractors and these mercenaries are. They go to Russia or Africa and give a nigga a folder. That nigga be like, I don't know that nigga. That's the belly Tommy gun shit.
Yep.
He was like, yo, body that nigga. That nigga probably was that nigga in Jamaica on top. And Tommy guns, yo, beg for $1. Boop, boop, boop. It was nothing to him. Cause I don't got no ties to you, nigga. I haven't even watched your movie, nigga. Like, I ain't even buy a ticket. I'm just here to end that shit. You know what I'm saying? You part of my movie now, nigga.
That's crazy.
That's how that shit works. So the fact that niggas haven't even practiced that is alarming to me. It's alarming. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking alarming. So, this shit is crazy though. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But you have to come together, and you have to not only come together and have a society of people who are utilizing strategy, meaning that when you come together, you can't play video games. That's for your other circle. You can't come together and gossip about shit that has nothing to do with the creativity or brainstorming or think tanking, you know what I mean? Or plotting on when's the next event that y'all gonna do that's gonna bring 300 people out. Because you know the importance of it. You know what I mean? Or there's some footage or there's something where everybody could bring hands on and create something that's a masterpiece. Shit like that. Yeah. Like if you in the studio with your team and you make a fire song, nigga, that could have been a Thriller anthem. Do that. Shit like that. Create. Come together, create. Bring feminine energy amongst you. Bring the wizards amongst you. have them put you in their favor. The same way that they put us in their will. The same way that they put us on their motherfucking credit report. The same way that they put us on their backs. The same way that they put everything when it comes to us leveling up is going to come from them. That's how the game works. I didn't write the book. I didn't come up with this shit. Remember the fucking Fassi, the Batiman. Okay. All right. The nigga who doesn't even want them is favored by them, and that's why they elevate.
That's a fact.
They're in their favor. They're in their heart and they're in their mind. They don't gotta get in the box. Shorties is like, nah, I love that nigga. I kill for that nigga. He ain't even tap. And he probably can't even get an erection around me. And I'm cool with that. That's interesting, B.
Deep shit.
That's some deep shit, B. And it's a concept that the pimps would say, don't pipe. You be like, what you talking about? They like, nah, I keep control over my stable. I don't give them no pipe. I fuck they mind. You understand? I'm in their favor, in their hearts and minds, through the mind. The Chichi man, he's not giving them an orgasm. He's not busting it wide open. But they still have them in their favor. Do they have the revolutionaries in their favor? Do they have the brothers who are trying to stand up and be good fathers in their favor? Do they have the conscious community the hoteps in their favor? Do they have the frontline people who are putting their lives on the line in their favor? Do they have the talented amongst us, the young gods and whatnot who are living out their dreams in their favor? Yeah, some of them do. They do. Some of them do. Some of them don't. But, it's very important that we get the blessings of our sisters, of our goddesses, you know what I mean? Maybe not the goddesses, but they come around because there's, you know what I'm saying? A goddess could have been a goddess before. You know what I mean? There's levels to this shit. So if we was, you know what I mean? I could pull out my rap sheet. The shit is embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? We all do fucked up things when we're young. We all had a hard knock life. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas got bodies and shit that they regret. You know what I mean? Some niggas done caught juxers and, did foul shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So what's the equivalent on her side? They don't do juxers like that. They not out there pitching rocks, nigga. They not knocking niggas out. They sucking dick, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They selling box, nigga. You feel me? They giving it up. They doing what they not supposed to do with that sacred yoni, with that temple. You feel me? But they misdirected. That shit is an ATM. And amongst other things, they move and wait for people and all kind of, whatever they do. They in gangs and whatever. It's levels. It's rites of passageness. Rites of passage. You know what I'm saying? People evolve. You got to go through the motherfucking mud in order to get clean. You got to go through the darkness to get, to get the light. And unfortunately, because society has bent the norms of masculinity and femininity, you know what I mean, in this quote-unquote Aquarian age where, Rome, or what Rome stands for, the frequency of Rome has increased. You know what I mean? I guess when niggas started wearing Roman brands, Roman designers, you know what I mean? All of that fake shit, all of that Fassi shit, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit that had that Roman energy to it, it seems as if we became more Roman-like. You know what I mean? As we begin to accept Roman Catholicism, as we begin to accept the story that Rome was telling us about how they defeated some of our greatest warriors. Yet we didn't get the Hannibal movie yet. Niggas don't know. They don't know. I saw the Barbarians Rising, and that was interesting, But yeah, Rome, my nigga, they play a part in a lot of this stuff because this is modern day Babylon. You're in Rome, and they say when in Rome, do as the Romans do. A lot of us was fighting that. That's hip hop. Right? That's the gangs of the 70s, my nigga. Before hip hop, we had New York street gangs that was real as fuck. Okay? You know what I mean? In a very dark time, these people was out here making it darker. They was on a barbarian warlord. They was in the dark ages. But out of the dark ages, they brought forth hip hop. You know what I mean? And they brought forth other things. And we're in the new dark ages. You know what I'm saying? But
Warriors ever and shit.
huh?
Like in the Warriors, that era and shit.
Yeah.
Niggas running around. That's what that was real shit.
That was real shit for real. You know what I mean? And even in the 50s, you know, there was a level of activity. But I'm talking about before heroin. People have to understand the impact that had on our people globally. We could talk about the crack era when they started flooding that opium. They disrupted the fabric and the structure of a people who are naturally, you know what I mean, we're great people. You know what I mean? And we were on our way building ourselves back up, getting on our shit like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that. We could do better on ourselves, but it is what it is.
Man, that's real shit, man.
You know, crack did the number on niggas. Heroin is back doing another number. You know what I'm saying? But these things are going to happen. These things are going to occur. This is a world where narcotics, this is a narco world. Fuck a narco state. And because we live in a zoo, and because we live in this motherfucking captive society, and because we live in this matrix or this prison planet, and because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, it's nothing to be upset about. You decided to come down. You decided to endure. You decided to have the experience. You know what I'm saying? You're Gucci. You're good. You're a spirit. You go back up. If this body goes away, it's no problem. You'll come back down as somebody else, nigga. The spirit doesn't die. You know what I'm saying? The soul is timeless. That's how people is like, yo, he got an old soul. I'm like, no, nigga, timeless. Your body goes around the sun 365 days a year. That's your husk. That's your solar birthday or your solar cycle. That don't got nothing to do with your soul.
That's a fact.
That's just the revolution of your body, my nigga, around the sun or wherever. But your soul could be timeless. It could be timeless, but it's also time activated because there's certain things that was revealed to me based off of my revolutions around the sun.
Definitely.
So when I hit my 40th revolution, some shit started activating.
Word. Time activated.
Time activated.
You think they started activating, or you think you always had these things within you anyway? And like, you know what I mean?
But it activated.
Okay.
Levels of it. Different levels of it. Like, you probably always, at 20 some shit activated. At 30 some shit activates. You know what I mean? Don't ever let nobody try to fool you and make you think that you're not supposed to get older in life. That's a farce. You're supposed to have as many revolutions around the motherfucking sun as you need to do what the fuck you were sent here to do.
More the merrier.
You know that.
Facts.
So, there's a reason why there's more millionaires in their 60s and older than there are that's younger. You get different kind of tools. You get different kind of powers. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get better and better with your word, your magic. You know, I can't explain it.
I read on Instagram, Instagram was some bullshit, social media and shit, but I read that they said fucking millionaires don't pay attention to like astrology. The billionaires do.
Mm-hmm.
You think like there's any type of truth to that? It's just Instagram, social media, just running rampant with the bullshit again.
When they say man,
you know what I'm saying? It sound interesting, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like,
when they say man, know thyself, right? They're telling everybody, get it how you live, nigga. I mean, man, that's such a broad statement, right? But one of the best ways to know yourself is to know your chart. And one of the best ways to know your chart is to understand the influences of the planets and what it means in your chart. Then you utilize the science of the point of reference system, where you learn your chart, then you point to the reference points of your life where you're like, yo, that shit right there in the chart, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? This is what it means. This is what this day means. This is what this planetary alignment means, right? this is the time to strike at my enemy because Aries is gonna be in my motherfucking moon, right? And I'm gonna be able to win a fight. This is the time to go and battle on stage. I'm gonna book this date. If somebody wants me to battle on this day, I'm gonna do my chart. And I'm gonna go against that date, and I'm gonna see where my planetary alignment is. And if my shit is strong in communication, I'm up there. Cause some niggas show up to the party and they ain't themselves.
Right.
You know, like I watch battle rap, and then I watch how some people are not themselves at certain battles. So I'm like, yo, that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? Another nigga showed up. He just may have, his planets may be in a different kind of alignment. So, you know, all of that is important. Remember, the vice president is where? Do you know where the vice president lives? One observatory plaza. He lives in huh? Say that word.
Observatory.
Shit is a tongue twister.
Yeah, they observatory.
He lives in an observatory. Google that. Google that. You know what I mean? Nah, somebody really Google that. Where the vice president lives. Just put vice president in the observatory.
Where does the vice president live?
So
They'll never tell you the right shit when you ask them.
They charting the stars. They're charting the stars. Everything about America was done celestially.
Celestial.
The whole thing with the 13 arrows.
Yeah. I heard about that as well.
You know what I mean? It's all dealing with the celestials, the processions of the equinox. You know what I mean? Yeah, Temple of Dendura and all of that shows that. So, you know.
Wasn't New York built like something like that too? Like that's how New York was built, like the same way?
I think you're talking about DC.
DC is.
Oh, DC?
I found one. I found the answer.
Yeah. So that's just coincidence about that whole Manhattan shit, like how like you can see
Manhattan Hedge?
Yeah, Manhatton Hedge. That's like coincidence.
No,
hell no. That shit was built like that.
Though it is common knowledge that the U.S. president lives in the White House, it is not so well known where the vice president resides. So
Catch the camera.
Washington, D.C. Vice President House. Question mark. No, the answer is #1 observatory circle on the grounds of United States Naval Observatory.
Okay.
Naval, see, you're looking at that.
So he lives in the observatory.
A naval.
In Massachusetts?
No.
What that mean?
Help
me. What that mean? What's the Naval Observatory?
Navy man.
The observatory, they watching the stars. Where they got all of the they looking at the stars. They're charting the stars. They're planning, you know, their moves. You know what I'm saying? He's amongst different people who probably have more knowledge than him, who are helping him steer government policies and all kind of other things. News, media.
Go for the news.
Okay.
I'm off of the stars.
They're not supposed to let you know that. That's a war secret or a tactic. You know, you're looking at your vice president. That's why you don't see them a lot.
What's some literature that you have like on like charts and stuff like that? What's some like literature that you would suggest, like if you wanted to give like more into like your chart or something like that, or astrology?
I will send you to the teachers: Noble and Poole, Cosmophysics, Everest. There's some other people who are out there who's mean with it. But those three names: Cosmophysics, he's a beast with it. Everest. Noble and Poole. He deals with that.
Noble and Poole.
Noble and Poole. ANPU.
ANPU. Okay. That's dope.
And there's a gang of people out there who do the charts, who could break it down. King Simon does some good work with numerology, chart work. My sister Ella Samora, she does charts. You know what I mean? Conjure Queen. So we got a group. That's what I'm saying. With the membership, the organization that I'm creating is gonna have it to whereas all of these things will be a part of services, like they'll be available, so you don't have to search anymore. It's gonna be in the app form. It'll be right there on your phone. You know what I mean? like how they got Skillshare and Udemy and whatnot, where they have like these guys, they got these apps where there's people offering their services for a fee. You dig what I'm saying? But as a member, you'll have access to these, you know, services.
Free, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then the people get to ask questions. You know, we'll take surveys and then build around. It'll be very interactive. You know, I realize YouTube is a beautiful platform, you know, for getting your name out there, getting your face out there. It's a TV station, basically. It is. They say, yo, I see you on TV. I see you on TV. It's TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? YouTube Live is live television, live broadcasting. That's a beast. Nigga, that's a fucking beast, nigga. That's TV. It's what you do to make it look like you could tell any fucking story you want. So everything that we've been building about, we can't wait for Tyler Perry to do the movie about it. Right? I'm not waiting for Tay Diggs to, you know, no, we could do our own movie.
Word.
If anything has taught you going through this hip-hop world in the last few years, going through the entertainment world, going through just the nigga world, is to own your shit. That's the new paradigm that we living in. And everybody who caught the L's is niggas that don't own their shit. And the niggas that's putting W's up is the niggas who stuck it through on some independent boss shit. Ain't no two ways around it, nigga. You can't worship two masters. Because once they trap you, nigga, they got you. So, you know, it's all about building. Like, this Trump shit is forcing. This shit gonna have niggas on they nation building accelerated pace.
That's if he don't lock all the niggas up.
It don't matter. And if he lock niggas up, we gonna get out. It don't matter. If he lock niggas up, you know, we gonna be alright. You know what I mean? You know, what I do know is they got plans, but all plans don't come true. All plans don't come true. What's your plans? That's the only thing we should be talking about. Because you give consciousness to what you pay attention to. And for so long and for too long, niggas been giving too much attention to what this nigga's gonna do to them. He ain't even really truly say what he is gonna do. I mean, I was gonna break down what he was suggesting that he was gonna do and what he has the potential of doing, but I also showed you the potential of what you got to do. The pendulum swings both ways. So when you waking up, guess who else is waking up alongside you? When your kingdom is rising, guess who kingdom is falling? It's all interpretation. The movie fucking Inception showed you that. That nigga had buildings falling around him. He was chilling, like, yeah, so what we gonna do? Like, where we going to get the cappuccino? It doesn't matter. Like, you know, this society that we live in, it's gonna upgrade. It's gonna be disrupted. It's gonna change. That's just the natural order of things. They're talking about AI is gonna take 50% of the jobs. But at the same time, we live in a time where if 1,000 people got together and created a system of a susu, or they created a cooperative around them, they would never be broke.
Anthem on the track. Yeah. Yeah. King shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look. From the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip.